I'm Fulham since 1980. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lows. My wife would probably say it was my first love. My dad took me to Chelsea as a first game. Second game was Fulham-Chelsea. Third game was Chopper Harris's last game for Chelsea, and that was my last game of ever going to Chelsea apart from watching Fulham. I think the football for me on a Saturday is probably that offload of the business through the week. When I first started out with Julian and Associates, we actually sponsored one of the players on the kit. We went 7 or 8 years sponsoring different players. We had Bobby Zamora, Chris Baird, but most significantly we had Zach Knight. Zach Knight was an example, as I saw it, of someone who'd actually come through similar to Julian Church and Associates. We'd done our apprenticeship, if you like, at a lower level, and we were moving on up. And Zach actually went on and had an England cap while he was at Fulham, and I liked that. I liked that input in what we had there. Zach Knight, for me, I like to associate the growth that we actually got together. Zach was growing as a player at the same time as Julian Church was growing as a company. From that, we had association. I used to love, as part of our sponsorship, we'd go up the training ground once a year. I liked, by the end of that, Zach was a real gentleman in the way he conducted himself, and I liked at the end that he was actually looking out for me and finding me and asking me about my holidays and things like that, rather than the other way around. It became personable, and that's what I'd like to think that we get with our clients with Julian Church, in that we become friends and we become people that we can actually talk to, and we can interact not just on that business front, on all levels, and how we actually work with you, and we grow through your success. I think we've got to look after our people generally as a population in what we do, and by us functioning correctly and doing business for good, we're only as good as the lowest person in our community. And with that, if we can look after them and actually bring them up, then we're actually bringing up all of our communities for all of us to be better overall.